I think the Fed, deep down inside, certainly understands the real unemployment number. I think the Fed certainly understands that we've got a poverty rate that is going up, not down. The Fed understands that we have more people on food stamps than any time in the nation's history, and it continues to go up every single month. The Fed understands we've got more people on disability benefits and applying for disability benefits than any times in our nation's history, and that continues to go up. The Fed understands that wages continue to go down and are, if you want to be kind, are stagnant at best for the last 10 years. And I could argue for the last 30 years, we haven't seen any wage increases. And we don't have a workforce. We have a labor participation rate that takes us back to 1977. So how possibly could we really have a 5.1% unemployment rate? I think the Fed is very well versed in the smoke and mirrors of this so-called recovery that we're living in. And I think there is a 50% chance right now that we could easily see us go back into recession with 2 negative GDP quarters in a row between now and the end of next year. Can you imagine leading up to a presidential election if that were to happen? Frankly, I don't know how a Democrat could possibly be elected on the back of their economic policies. I'm not sure how a Democrat, I'll use Hillary Clinton as an example, how she can be every bit as left as President Obama on everything, and yet step away from his economic policies when his economic policies are built firmly upon the ideology of the left's policies and desires for this country. I don't know how she can step away from it. So it seems to me, the reason why we only have really 2 legitimate candidates on the Democratic side is because nobody in their right mind wants to run. Because they realize they're going to have to be running on embracing the economic policies of President Obama, or running in denying those policies, which they have been endorsing during their stint as a Democrat. So I don't know how it can work. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see, particularly as we head into next year from an economic standpoint, and headed into an election year, which traditionally is a at worst case scenario pretty stagnant, where we could have a best case scenario being pretty stagnant. That might be the best they could hope for. Either way, you're not going to meet too many people in America that believe their children are going to have an America better off than they found it. I don't know what the number is on that, a survey like that, but it's got to be well over the 60% range. So I don't know how you win under those circumstances.